2016, I moved to San Francisco, and then the beginning of 2020, I had to leave, only to come back a month and a half later. The housing is very competitive, rent is extremely high, but there are so many things that you need to know about living in San Francisco that not that many people know about. So in this video, I wanted to teach you a couple things to make your move to San Francisco easier, things that you need to know once you arrive, and other fun things that you should know while you're living in San Francisco. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Before I get into this video, I understand that nobody is moving to San Francisco right now during this crazy time, but if you are, then you're gonna love this video, so you better keep on watching. In my moving cross-country video, I talked about how you can use bus freight as a way to get your items across the country for an affordable price. So my advice to you is start shipping your things 1 to 2 weeks out from the day that you plan on moving. That way, when you arrive to your new place, your stuff will already have arrived, or it will come the day of or the day after. That way there's not a long waiting period for you to wait for your stuff to come, and you can get settled in a lot quicker. I mean, who doesn't like a smooth move? I know I do. Another important thing that you need to know before you're preparing to move here is to start your apartment search 1 to 2 months in advance before you plan on moving. It is very competitive to find an apartment in San Francisco, which is why you need to start as soon as you can, because you never know when someone can snatch something up. And if you'd like to see me do a video on how to find a great and affordable apartment and not get scammed while doing so, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post content on living in San Francisco and also dating, and I plan on doing an apartment video soon, so you better subscribe so you don't miss out on it. Anyway, like I was saying, if you're coming from another city and you're trying to apartment hunt from another city, the best things that you can do are to ask people to give you a video tour of the apartment. I had to do that my first time around, and I just FaceTimed the person who was offering a room, and they showed me the room and the whole apartment, and we got to chat for a little bit to see if we would mesh well together. It's a really easy way to ensure that you can find a great place and still do it without seeing the place in person, because you should always see the apartment in place. But if you can't, then video tour it. Another great resource to find apartments are Facebook groups and Craigslist. Yes, people actually use Craigslist in San Francisco. It is one of the biggest tools that you can use when it comes to housing. So be sure to check some of those things out, because they will really help you find a place, especially if you don't even live in the city already. Okay, so the third thing that you want to do is to start ordering all the stuff that you will need once you get to an apartment. Do this 2 weeks in advance. So what I mean is, do you need furniture? Do you need a trash can? That way you don't have to immediately go shopping the day that you get there. You're probably going to be tired. You're not going to want to do anything but just get settled into your place. Make a list of all the things that you need, and that will also allow you a smooth transition into your new home. Which leads me to the next thing when it comes to groceries. So when it comes to groceries, I really recommend just scheduling an Instacart in advance. Order all the food that you want to have for the first week that you're living there. That way you don't have to go to the market the first day that you're there, and you're going to feel tired and stressed. So once the food arrives the day that you get there, it's going to just save you so much time and allow you to focus on, again, just getting settled into your new place. If you're coming from a city where you need a car, I recommend you sell your car. Just get rid of your car completely altogether, because you do not need a car in San Francisco. Only bring your car with you if you need it for work. Here's the thing, I used to have a car in San Francisco and I needed it for my first job. But then I almost died and flipped over on 280 on Memorial Day 2 years ago, and I no longer have a car. And I'm kind of glad that I got into that accident, because it saved me a ton of money in gas, it saved me car insurance, and I didn't have to pay any kind of annoying maintenance work that I would need throughout the years. So it saved me a lot of money just not having a car. So just do yourself a favor, do not bring your car unless you really do need it for your job. That is the only time that you will need a car, or you can just sell your car and then buy a new car when you're out in California, so you have all the California driver paperwork, and you don't have to make that transition. While you're packing clothes, make sure you pack tons and tons of jackets and layers because San Francisco doesn't have seasons. No, really, they don't have seasons. It's pretty chilly throughout the year. I would say lower 60s is the average temperature in San Francisco, and it gets really cold. Always dress up in layers because some days where it may be 80 degrees, which is a rarity, but sometimes it happens, it will be 60 or 50 degrees throughout the night, and you're gonna wanna have a jacket, so always bring a jacket with you because you're gonna need it. Now that you've arrived at San Francisco, let me tell you a few things that you just need to know while living here. The first thing that you immediately need to do once you get here is to buy your public transportation pass. I recommend the Muni Fast Pass, the A one, which will give you unlimited Muni tabs and BART tabs, and it is, I think it's almost close to $100. Or if you don't need BART and you just need Muni, then there is a whole another separate pass that is a little bit cheaper, and that's the one that I use because I don't live near BART, so I don't need it. But if you live near BART, then you may want to consider the more expensive pass because it's gonna get you a lot further. But long story short, get yourself a Clipper card. That's gonna be the most important thing that you will need to help get yourself around this city. While yes, people do Uber a lot, just keep in mind that's really expensive. Having a public transportation pass is actually going to save you a ton of money. Make sure you get on that the second you get here. You can go to one of the BART stations or a Muni station to buy that for $3, and then you can add on your transportation pass while you do that, and it just saves you a ton of time and stress, and then you can start navigating the city with our public transportation system. So once you get settled into your new place, you have everything organized and ready to go, I highly recommend that you explore your neighborhood. And all the neighborhoods are really different and they have their own unique flair. So be sure to check out what's there, check out the restaurants, the bars, the parks, if there's other fun things to do, are there landmarks, or are there tourist things around you. Just play tourist in your own city and get to know your neighborhood. Sometimes people will even define you by your neighborhood. I haven't really felt like that, but I know other people have felt like they've been defined by their neighborhood. So just embrace your neighborhood, show your neighborhood some love, and support your local businesses while you're there. That's gonna be really important, and it's gonna help you just feel more welcomed into your new place and into the city. Ever do while you live in San Francisco is do not say that you live in San Fran or Frisco. This ain't Texas. I don't know why people use the term Frisco, but you just sound like a douche when you say it. You can call it either SF or the city or just San Francisco in general, and you won't make people cringe. Sorry, I don't know who needed to hear that, but now you know. Just be careful because you may gain weight when you move here. San Francisco is a complete foodie town. Oh my God, the food. Can we just talk about the food for a second? Mission burritos, Tartine Bakery, just so many good options. You may gain a lot of weight. You're gonna be so tempted to eat all the food in San Francisco. I'm warning you, make sure you take care of your body and find a balance when you eat food because the food here is so good. I literally cannot stress that enough. I have so many food videos on San Francisco and I can link them down below for you so you can go and check those out. But long story short, the food is extremely yummy and you should definitely take advantage of all the food that San Francisco has to offer. San Francisco is such a wonderful place and you will never ever get bored. There is always something to do. When we're all not quarantined in our homes for who knows how long, you will never get bored. I understand you may be bored now, but in normal worlds, there's so much to do. There's always something going on during the weekend. There's tons of free things to do in the city, believe it or not. I don't know about you, but I just personally don't find myself bored. I'm always having fun. Even when I can't eat certain foods during the time of the year due to contest prep, I still enjoy the city for what it is, and I still find ways to keep myself entertained when I'm not eating or working out. I cannot tell you enough that you're gonna have so much fun while living here. I think that's why there's so many young people that live here, is because it's a city where there's so many things that you can do and you can always be enjoying yourself. And the last thing that you need to know when you move here is that just know that San Francisco is hella weird. You're gonna see so many things that you may have never seen on the streets in your hometown. You may kind of contemplate and judge a little bit, and then you'll come to terms that this is pretty much normal for San Francisco. People will dress in costumes, people might say things, you even might find naked people just casually walking around on the street. Yup, that's a thing. Just preparing yourself for that one. Just brace yourself for all the weirdness that you're about to take in, but you know what? I wouldn't want it any other way. I absolutely love living here, despite how expensive it is. I cannot tell you that this is my home and I love living here. And I have other videos that you should check out right here on more information about moving to San Francisco or just living in San Francisco in general. I know that you will like them a lot. And if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and I will see you in my next video. Bye.